How does it work with DistroKid and all the streaming services when you release music and all of those artist accounts? I've gotten numerous DMs, messages, and comments about this, just asking in general, like, okay, so I release music on DistroKid. Do I have to sign up with Apple Music for artists and Spotify for artists? Do I have to create an artist profile for every single platform out there? Should I not release my music as a result? Do I get paid from all of them, etc., etc.? Here's the way it works. I'm gonna explain it super simply and super quick. When you release music on DistroKid does all of the work for you. Think of it kind of like a recruiter. If you've ever hired a recruiter, you give your recruiter your resume. The recruiter says, okay, you know what? I'm gonna do the rest. I'm gonna send your resume out to every single job, all this kind of stuff. You give me your stuff, I'm gonna do the rest. That's essentially what DistroKid does. So DistroKid would take your song in terms of your album artwork, of course, and the song itself, and then distribute it and put it on every single platform. At that point, it's kind of up to you. If you want to, you don't have to do anything. At that point, that release will be on all the services. It does depend on the timing, depending on the service. And then, essentially, you'll be getting the revenue any single time someone streams or downloads your song. You'll be getting the revenue, and all the revenue kind of comes back to DistroKid, which then goes back to you, right? So you don't really have to do anything if you don't want to after DistroKid releases your music. Now, you may be wondering, well, what about my artist accounts? Here's the way it works. There's kind of two steps to this in a sense. When you first off release music on DistroKid for the first time, what will happen is all these streaming services will create an artist account for you as an artist. So let's say you're releasing for the first time under Joe Schmo, my classic kind of example artist name. You release under Joe Schmo. Spotify will say, okay, there's a new artist called Joe Schmo. We'll create a new artist profile on Spotify. Apple Music will do the same. Audio, Deezer, Tidal, Amazon Music, all of these services will on their own automatically create an artist account for you. You don't have to do any of this, which is kind of nice, and if anything, a bit peaceful, right? It's pretty easy. Like I said, you send your stuff to DistroKid, they do all the rest. You can sit back and relax and do absolutely nothing if you want to. It's that easy. All the legwork is kind of done for you by both DistroKid and the streaming services. Now, the second step to this, in terms of your artist accounts, is you do have the option to sign up for each individual platform, which I know might be a little bit tedious, I'm not gonna lie. I only do a few of them, to be honest, but what you can do is sign up for the artist type account that give you a little bit more features. This is completely free. So for example, the most notorious one, most famous one is Spotify for Artists. So you can sign up for Spotify for Artists, very easy to do on the DistroKid platform. That way you could go in, like say change your profile picture to have a custom one. You can maybe do cool little things. You say, hey guys, here's a new release, put like a little blurb. Spotify allows you to do that. In addition, the big thing, you can check your analytics. You can check your analytics on DistroKid. I just don't think it's that good, if you want to be honest. I think the stats feature on DistroKid just is not that good at all. But like I said, on Spotify, it's very in-depth in terms of where your listeners are coming from, the demographics, the age ranges, of course, individual stats for each song and release, and a lot more. So essentially, once you release music on DistroKid, if you don't care about the analytics, if you don't care about the demographics, if you don't care about the profile picture, and as a side note, typically the default profile picture for you as an artist would typically be the album artwork of your last release. So for you, if you don't really care about any of that, if you're like, hey, you know what, that's fine. All you have to do is release music on DistroKid. Everything is done for you, which is very convenient and very easy, right? You release music, DistroKid puts it on, sends it out, puts it on all these different platforms. The platforms themselves create all the different accounts and everything. Everything's kind of organized in a nice, neat way for anybody to listen to and stream to, and then that's it. And then any single time some traffic happens, some analytics happen in terms of downloads, streams, etc., that money is then sent back to DistroKid, which then you can get and withdraw from your banking section. The only really optional part, and this is completely up to you, is if you want to, you can go to each one of these platforms. You can do this on DistroKid under the goodies section. You can go to the platforms that, like, say, you like the most. So for me, I primarily do Apple Music for Artists, Spotify for Music for Artists, and then Amazon Music for Artists. So I can sign up on all those, link your accounts together with DistroKid, takes 2 seconds to do. And if I do decide to sign up, I can then see in-depth analytics and demographics.